How's it going, lovely people? Welcome back to another video on the channel. I'm Josh, otherwise known as the Cop Tribunal, and today I've got the absolute pleasure of being joined by the one and only Callum Sanderson. How you doing, bro?
From being trolled to being on your show. Life's good, baby. Life's good.
Good,
How
good,
you doing,
good.
my bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Today, people, we are going to be looking at Liverpool's options on the right-hand side. Me and Cal are going to be break down the players currently available, kind of potential transfer targets, and who we think Liverpool should sign this summer. We'll also quickly go into why we think they could or couldn't work in the Liverpool team next season. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it, people. First one we are going to bring up, Cal, is your boy, Michael. Saint Michael, as they say,
Same, Michael.
biblical figure. Obviously, I think we both agree he is far and away the number one target. That if
Yeah,
he's available, there's any hope of him. I
yeah.
mean, we throw the bag at him. Is there? I mean, let me know what you think. Well, what would you do if we signed Michael Elise?
Oh, I don't know if I should say on stream just in case we get like your channel shut down, but it'd be pretty wild. Um,
Yeah.
Child number four might be a potential possibility. I will say that much.
Wow.
In terms of the player, look, I know it's going to be really toxic. I know I'm going to get laughed out of the room with this, but Liverpool haven't moved for a right wing since Diamonde said no in it, and Michael
Yeah.
Elise is still in the World Cup. You put two and two together and see what number you get. I got four.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think about it like that. Um.
And the buying space now knows ITK space said that Liverpool from last season was starting to work on it. I just
I
saying.
mean, yeah. It's. I. To be honest, I think we would all put on the robe if we signed Michael Elise. I think there would never be a bigger here we go in the history of football than that.
Oh, that'd be insane.
Yeah. I think Fabrizio is
Insane.
trying to force that move just because the amount of money he would make off that tweet.
Yeah, 100%. He'd be a millionaire just off that tweet, probably.
Obviously, we know out of the targets that have been set for right wingers, Elise is the outlier in terms of every factor.
Yeah,
Stats, if you watch him, he's a joy to watch. I mean, looking at the stats, he's in the 99th or at least the 90th percentile in everything other than active defending. But again, it's a winger. You're never going to expect them to be top of the line in defensive actions.
yeah. Can,
But
can
I
I just
think,
can I just say on that on the defensive work? A lot of people have this notion that Elise is just great going forward and doesn't put in the hard work. I think you only have to watch this World Cup, and again, I've watched Bayern Munich loads this season. He puts in a shift defensively. I'm not saying he's
yeah,
Sadio Mane level,
yeah,
but most wingers in world football history haven't been Sadio Mane level at defending. But he puts in a good shift, and he makes sure he covers spaces, he presses when he needs to, he does his defensive work. He's not a luxury player. He's
no.
not at all. He's a player that will muck in for the team and do what's necessary.
And even if he was, we saw, and I don't want to bring up Phil Mitchell because he's gone from the club now, but in the first season under Slot, Salah was a luxury player for us, and we still made it work. If you have the players around him who can pick up the extra yards for him, and
Yeah,
like I said, Elise tracks a lot better than Mo does. I mean, just
yeah,
looking at it, everything is. It's just he's different level, really, and it's
yeah.
if they said 200 million would be enough, I would. I
I'd
think
do
I'd
in a
start a
heartbeat.
GoFundMe. Yeah,
Do in a heartbeat.
100%. Obviously, like I said, I think we both agree Elise isn't realistic. I don't want to break
Yeah.
your heart, Cal. I know that's
Yeah,
probably
no, I'll accept it once the window shuts, but I'm also not expecting him to sign this summer.
yeah. Obviously moving on from Elise to another one of your boys. I think this is your favorite player in the world of football, isn't he? We've got Jared Bowen.
um, yeah, I mean, I think everyone hears me say Bowen and goes, "Oh, how can he be the Salah replacement?" I mean, apart from Elise, how can any player that we've been linked to be the Salah replacement? Endrick's not a Salah replacement. Diamonde is not a Salah replacement. Elise is the only one that I can look at and go, yeah. Elise and Yamal. We're definitely not getting
Yeah.
Yamal, and I don't think we're getting Elise. So any name I throw at you, you could just go, oh, how can he be Salah's replacement? I'm not buying Jared Bowen to be the Salah replacement. I'm buying Jared Bowen as an insurance policy.
How
And that
much do
insurance
you think?
policy is gone, bro.
Sorry, how much do you think it would cost to get him out of West Ham this summer?
I think we could get him for 40 to 45 mil. I
Fair
really
enough.
do.
And you know what? You know me. I've clowned you for the whole Bowen thing. I've probably been the catalyst for a lot of the tomatoes that have been thrown, and that's my fault. I have to hold my hands up and say I've I may have not pulled the guillotine, but I put you in the rack, if that
Yeah,
makes
hundred
sense.
percent, 100%.
Um, but I will say this now because we are on my show, and if he was backup choice, I wouldn't be too upset with Jared Bowen. Cal.
Wow. Wow. So you basically threw me out to the wolves, but secretly you're going, he's not got a bad
He's right though.
idea.
Still, it's like actually I probably shouldn't use that as an example because I will get cancelled. Let me not. It's I don't know. It's like when you were in school and you and your boy are talking, but you snitch on your boy because you don't want to get told off, but
Yeah.
you were both in it.
Okay. I get you. I get you.
At
Look,
least
look,
it was
you've
him.
been man enough to admit it, so I rate it. But what I will say, the Bowen acts as an insurance policy. Any winger we're gonna get is probably gonna be a winger from outside the Premier League.
Yeah.
And again, even a player from within the Premier League isn't guaranteed to be a star or guaranteed to cross over to Liverpool. We saw that with Kirkes in the first half of last season, absolutely struggled. But the reason why I'm going Bowen is because he's of an age where he's seen a lot apart from Champions League football, effectively.
Yeah.
And he's done that in a West Ham team that's been so topsy-turvy that I believe if you give him just a little bit of consistency and you give him better players, then surely you should still be able to get a tune out of him. Again, I'm not expecting Bowen to pick up the ball and be 2, 3, 4 players and then slide top bins. But what I'm expecting Bowen to do is maybe get the ball, have a wing back overlap. He gets a little bit of space, chops onto the left foot and crosses it into the box for an oncoming Isak or whoever the left wing will be. And I think he can do that. Plus, he can chip him with his own goals. We've seen that as well. He could be the player that Gakpo could potentially cross to the back post to, and he's the one who's there to finish it off. I just think it makes all the sense in the world. We need 2 right wingers. Can't go into the season, in my opinion, with just one. I know the talk will be that Victor Munoz can play there, but Victor Munoz is probably going to have to cover centre forward. I just think Bowen makes all the sense in the world.
And what I will say is obviously, like I said, compared to Elise, these stats look obviously they're night and day.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we know last year was West Ham got relegated. There was no real consistency throughout the club. I mean, you look at the season before, and it's a whole lot better. For me, what I would say is the reason I wouldn't be too opposed to having Bowen as a squad player is because I had a convo with Yards, big up Yards, said
Big up Yards.
we focused so much recently on getting the academy right and signing the young players. You need to have the older players, the more established players, to help settle and develop and bring up the younger players. So
Yes.
for me, like I said, he's only 28, so he's still in the peak of his powers. I know people want players who are going to come and get better at the club, but
Yeah,
as a playmaker, as a passer, as obviously a clinical finisher, we know Bowen's goals for a team like West Ham playing as a winger are ridiculous. Even as like defensive actions, he's got higher defensive actions than Elise does.
yeah, yeah.
So, like I said,
And
Bowen for me.
another thing as well that we hear a lot as Liverpool fans is resale value, resale value. I don't hear any other team talk about resale value. It's only us. Again, call me an entitled fan, call me what you want. I don't care about resale value. Like, I genuinely don't. Trent had loads of resale value. We got nothing for him. Kanat had loads of resale value when we bought him. We got nothing for him. Like, if we're going to sell these, if you're buying these players with a view to selling them, then we're doing the wrong thing as a club. You're buying these players with the view of winning things, and if they want to leave, then you hopefully get good money for them. If they don't want to leave, you tie them down to a further contract, and you keep the show going. I don't care for resale value. I care for Liverpool winning trophies. I said this the other day. I've never gone to a Liverpool parade because of us finishing top of the revenue table or making the most money in the transfer window or because we bought a player with high resale value. We go parade when we win trophies. And in order to win trophies, you have to have a good manager / coach and a good set of players. And we have to tick those boxes.
100%. All right. I've done your 2 boys now, Cal. These, I mean, you got 1A, 1B in terms of. I think actually you said Bowen. You'd rather sign Bowen than Elise. I think you said
1A, 1B is crazy, bro.
Well, for you, they are. I didn't actually have a look at it. Endrick's stats. Look, no, he's had a great season for Leon last year.
Yeah.
Endrick, another name you've mentioned. Again, probably closer on the unrealistic scale. It's been rumored that he came out and said he wants to stay and fight for his place under Mourinho. Mourinho seemingly likes him. Didn't have a super impactful World Cup. Barely touched the pitch at all. But let me know why you think Endrick would be a great option for the right wing.
It's more so because of his versatility. He can play right and through the middle, and obviously we've lost Ekatike for a while. He strikes me as a player who has a chip on his shoulder, but in a good way. Even though he's young, in his mind, he looks at the situation and goes, "I'm good enough to be playing. Give me the ball," and he just wants to take responsibility. And for him to have that mentality at such a young age, I think he's good. Now it could go the other way where he becomes toxic with it, but I think we're under a good coach. I think he can harness that and really work on that to his advantage. I do think it's a tricky one to get done. I think it's unrealistic, but I do also look at Real Madrid's situation and think, where does he get the game time to develop as well? Whereas at Liverpool, he would get the game time. At Lyon, he got the game time and he's shone. So even though I think it's closer to the unlikely side than likely, I do think there's a world where he could sit there in the summer and go, well, where's my pathway? Especially if, look, Real Madrid have made no secret they want Elise. They get Elise, he's not going to be the starting right winger. He's not going to be the starting left wing because they got Vinny, and he won't be the starting striker. He won't be the starting midfielder because they got Bellingham. He's got effectively world-class players in each of the positions that he wants to play in, and he might not even be second choice in some of those positions. Left wing would probably be Rodrigo, who's second choice. In the 10, you've got a wealth of players who can play 10 for Real Madrid. Right-hand side, maybe. Centre forward, maybe. But I just don't know if we'll get enough game time. And will Mourinho's football suit him as well? So I don't know if it's likely this summer, but this time next year, we could be looking at a situation where Endrick's going, I want to leave Real Madrid. And it'd be interesting to see what our situation is then when that happens.
For me, I think the best chance Endrick's going to have to establish himself in that Madrid squad is now, whilst Rodrigo's still injured. He needs to use these next 2 or 3 months when Rodrigo's still recovering to really establish himself in that starting 11, make him undroppable for Mourinho. Because then when Rodrigo comes back, I mean, this is going to sound crass because he literally has no leg to stand on, but he can't sit there and say, well, I should be starting because Endrick's not performing. If Endrick is performing at that level, we know he can because he is a world-class talent. Then for me, that's where he makes his claim in that Madrid squad. Obviously, on the contrary, he could not perform super well in that Mourinho system. Rodrigo comes back, takes that right wing back, and now we're in the same situation where they're trying to loan him or sell him again. So I think it could go either way with Endrick. I just think this summer is probably unrealistic, but next summer definitely could be. Definitely could see a lot of movement around it.
Agreed. All right. Good player though, man. Really good player.
Very good player. Look at the progression stats. I mean,
he's an animal, man. He's really fearless as well. You saw that when he came on for Brazil in the World Cup as well. Didn't always make the right decision, but he just had that fearlessness about him that he sort of looked at everyone else and was like, why are we showing this team respect? Like, we're Brazil and let's go and do this. And I admire that about him. Takes cojones to do that, man. And a young player to do that. Oh, your guy.
This is my guy. Now, I was actually going to remove him because the stats look diabolical.
I was just going to say, I'm seeing a lot of reds there, bro. But
like, I'm going to say, look at the defensive actions. All right, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm sweating now after looking at these stats. But
no. This is your boy, bro. This is your boy, bro. All jokes aside, though, this is where stats can be quite misleading because he played a lot of the time as a wing back last season, did he? As opposed to especially a right winger. So again, the metrics and the stats are going to be skewed, but on just initial viewing, darkness.
But what I will say, if you're watching this video and you haven't seen or watched much of Diego Moreira, he is such a raw, brilliant talent. Very good with both feet. You can see from the creation stats, he likes to get the ball forward, likes to progress the ball. He's got decent progression. His defensive work rate, obviously, played, like I said, Kausa played a lot on the wing. But even when he was wing back, but even when he was playing on the wing, brilliant at tracking back, brilliant at winning the ball back. Like I said, because this is compared to other midfielders / wingers. This isn't just compared to all players. So when the shooting stats are that low, obviously there's context behind that. He's not a super clinical finisher. I'm not saying if he was playing on the wing the whole season, the shooting metrics would look a whole lot better. They probably wouldn't. But in terms of progressing the ball, creation on the ball, and obviously the defending, and even the passing is not bad. His forward pass accuracy is in the 93rd percentile. And like I said, we know stats aren't subjective, but there is definitely context that you can use to justify them, explain them. For me, he would be my choice for the right wing. Such a versatile player, can play that forward line as well. So whilst Ekatike is injured, can play cover fullback. I know he's not spoken about a lot because, like I said, no one really heard of him before the World Cup, or maybe outside of seeing him in the Europa League for Strasbourg.
Yeah.
But he's going to be a very, very good player no matter what team he goes to. There's a 35 million release clause there for him. For me, for that price, is 100% worth a gamble.
Is that is that for everyone though? Is that just for Chelsea? Because I know there's always this little thing with Strasbourg and Chelsea.
I believe it's 35 million release clause for everyone else. I think it's 20 million for Chelsea.
Gee.
Yeah. However, obviously, we know from next season there's going to be more rules about buying players from your sister club, more restrictions around that.
Yeah,
so
of course.
if he doesn't move this season to Chelsea, I don't see it next season.
Okay. Here's where I think being versatile is a gift and a curse. He can play right back, right wing back, left wing back, left wing, and right wing back. He basically any part of the flank, he's there.
Yeah.
But does that become a hindrance then? Because then one, he won't be able to nail down a position, and two, if he gets injured, then we could effectively lose a player who's covering three positions as opposed to a player who's just, let's say it's Kostas Tsimikas, God forbid, that got injured. We're going, okay, Kirkes is going to have to take on a bit more of a shift now because he's only left back there. But if Moreira is brought in and he's already covering like 2-3 positions, and then he gets injured, are we screwed?
I think if we only signed him, yes.
Yeah, fair.
I assume that we are going to sign a left wing at some point during the window, regardless if it's Barcola or someone else. For me, I would sign a player like Geertruida who can play across the back line. So that way you free up Moreira to just hold down that right wing position and in an emergency can cover the other positions.
Okay. Fair. Okay, so if he was to come in, then what would be the main position? Would it be right wing for you?
Yeah.
Do you think that's his best position? Though? I'm asking you because I don't know enough about him, bro.
It is. For Strasbourg, though, last season, he was asked to defend a lot because they had they had a lot of injuries to their fullbacks last year.
Okay.
And the fullbacks they did have weren't very quick or pacey or powerful. He's so good at recovering the ball. Because he's not like one-on-one defending. He's not a wall. He's not he's not like a Wan-Bissaka, for example, where 9 times out of 10, if someone tries to take him on one-on-one.
Yeah.
But he does get beat on the he's playing at the fullback, but he's so good at recovering. And I know we talk about Frimpong. You can't just have pace.
Yeah.
But he has the defensive capability to match.
He does look strong on the ball as well, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a pushover at all.
Very tidy feet. But I think if he was in a system where you have, because he is one of the quickest players in Europe, he's quicker than Diamonde, quicker than Munoz. That's based on top speeds. Obviously, we know average sprint speed is different. But he's a winning runner. He'll happily running behind all day behind the fullbacks. Bit like what Jamie said on the Focus show about Minter, where you just have him running behind, create space for Verts. Yeah. Moreira can do that, but for me, is a more technical player than Minter. So that's why he would be my first choice. Outside.
So let's cut you again, bro. He was at Chelsea before, right?
Yes.
So is he counted as a homegrown then?
Yeah.
Oh. Hello. Hello. Okay. So he cost 35 mil. Let's say Bowen cost 45 or Moussa Diaby cost 50. You bring in those two players and you effectively sort it out right wing. And if one of them doesn't perform, you sell one next summer and then bring in someone else.
Yeah.
Or if it's Diego Moreira, you go, instead of playing right wing next season, you're going to cover this position next season. And then the new right winger plays there.
Let me tell you this. So
and he can play centre midfield as well, centre mid as well, right? At a push.
He can play an 8, yeah. He can play an 8. He can also play like a false 9 as well. So he could cover.
So he's literally a Swiss Army knife.
He is probably one of the most versatile players I've ever watched play football.
So why is no one else in for him then? I know that's not the barometer to judge a player, because obviously we've seen
Yeah.
loads of players who didn't have that hype about them, came to the Premier League and absolutely ripped it to shreds. But
I
why is
think
there no hype around him?
when you look at his numbers, he had 12 GA in 27 games last season, which isn't bad.
That's not
But
bad
I think
at all.
a lot of teams will look at maybe like you said, where that versatility can be a hindrance in certain cases, or the fact that he isn't the flashy. With wingers, you either have to now, especially, provide an insane amount of GA or
Yeah.
be super technical and creative. Maria doesn't fall really into either category. I think he's probably not the profile of player that most teams now would go towards. However, I think he would be the right profile for us in an Iraola system.
He sounds like a dream signing.
He's
He
my
does.
dream signing. He would be my first choice signing. I was calling for him since the group stage of the Europa League or the Conference Leagues last season. Sorry,
You've
but
piqued my interest there.
listen to this summer, Cal. Imagine our summer is, and this summer is less than 250 million, by the way.
Go on.
So imagine our summer is Diego Moreira 35,
Yeah.
Jared Bowen for 40,
Yeah.
Manu Kone for let's say 50,
I reckon you get there for that, but we'll go 50.
João Gomez for what was it 45?
Yeah.
So what's that? That's that 170 back roundabout.
That is around, yeah.
Getruda for 30.
Yeah.
And then
200.
for me, I'd go Joel Ordonez for centre back for 45. That's 245 right there. That's centre back, full back, two midfielders, and a right winger signed.
Okay. If we're getting Kone and Gomez, Gomez is good. I do rate Gomez. I'm just wondering, if you get Kone, do you try and get a more senior, a cheaper senior player, or like an Endo type? Because then, again, I don't kill me here, but the Stefan Bajcetic, if he has a good preseason.
Well, I'm under the impression that McAllister's going to get sold this summer, so that's why I'm.
I don't think he will, you know.
Don't tell me that, Cal, because I will cry on stream.
I don't think he will. I think we're going to keep him. I don't actually think we're going to sign a centre midfielder.
Oh, it's dark.
I know. I'm
going to stop the glazing now.
Not what I want.
Yeah.
I just don't think we will.
Yeah. I'm
Especially
going to stop the glazing now for Maria.
No. I just think it's, especially with the whole situation with us not having Edwards and Hughes going soon, I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong.
No,
I do.
You know what? I see it, but I can't. Like, I can't fathom it in my head almost.
I'm sorry, bro. I can.
No, it's. You know what it is? We're gonna have Bajcetic and Leone in a double pivot, and I'm gonna hate my life.
That would be darker than dark, bro. If
Bajcetic and
your
fault.
No, I wanted to loan Leone out.
Yeah,
I wanted to bring in two. I wanted to bring in two defenders and loan Leone out, but I got shut down for that. I got told I'm all sorts of things for that.
All right. Well, yeah. I just can't see. I just don't want to see it happen, Cal. I just can't. Like, I can't compute it.
If we did get Kone and Gomez, though, that gives us a lot of strength in the midfield.
Because both can play 6 and 8.
Yes.
I'm going to move on now. The one no one wants us to talk about, especially me. I don't want us to sign this player.
I've got a bit of a hot take for this, but
Jan Kuba Minter. Let me know what your hot take is, Cal.
I don't want him at Liverpool. I'd be slightly disappointed if we got him, but I don't think he's as bad as what people are making out. And I actually do think there's a world he could come to Liverpool and actually do well. But I just don't think he's as good as the other wingers we've spoken about. I can't speak on Moreira because I haven't watched enough of him. but I don't think he's better than Bowen. I don't think he's better than Hendrick. I don't think he's better than all those guys. But I also don't think he'd be as bad as what Liverpool fans are speaking about him. Like, I don't think he's a
Yeah.
rubbish player. I just think he's a very raw player, and he'd need a lot of refining. In the same sense that I think Doku came to Man City like that, extremely raw, and is starting to now be refined. I think
Yeah.
Minter could become that player. I just don't think we've got 3 or 4 years to wait for a right winger to come in to become that player.
I hear you, and this is something I wanted to say to Jamie's point that I thought about after the show. Obviously, like Jamie said, he would have Minter to run in behind, create the space. For me, you can do that, but because Minter is such a one-dimensional footballer, that becomes predictable. You can have
Yeah,
a player that can do that, but when that's not working, can switch it up and do something else entirely. Like that's why I'm so keen on Morea. For me, if Minter can't run in behind and go one-on-one with the defender, he doesn't offer next to
nothing.
nothing on the attacking side. I don't think he's an awful player. I think he could be a good player. But like you
Yeah,
said, we haven't got the 3 years it'll take to develop
yeah,
him from a 6% passing accuracy to up to like a 30%.
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's
So
why I'm against the signing. But if we signed
yeah,
him, I still don't think he'd be as bad as what we think. But I'd also
no,
be very worried.
I hear it. Obviously, let me know in the comments as well, guys, what you think. Who would your first choice for right winger be? It's dark this window. There's severe lack of available players. And it's,
Who would be so? Who? If I said to you your two choices, I know Diego Moreira is your first choice. Who'd be your second? Because I think we do need two right wingers.
there's a 28-year-old who plays in the right wing for West Ham, whose name I'm not going to say.
Okay, I can't wait till this. I can't wait till this comes out. I'm gonna send this video straight to Matt and Drift.
Nah, you
I
can't. You
cannot.
can't do that to me, Cal.
Oh, you want to bet?
What have I ever done to you?
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. This video is never coming out.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't know why you'd be so upset about it.
Cause I'm siding with you.
Welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the
No, I'm
dark
here
side.
for it. I'm here for it. Let's be villains, Cal. Let's be villains, man.
I'm always the villain. I don't even mean to be. I'm always a villain, though.
All right. Last player we're going to talk about is Musa Diaby, another player you've obviously been calling for. Um, I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't seen next to nothing of him since he's been in the Saudi league.
Yeah, me neither. I'm just being real. I
Oh,
haven't very
so
little,
you're
very,
basing
very
so
little.
you're basing what you wanted to
Yeah,
sign him when he was at Villa 2 years ago.
yeah, and Leverkusen, 100%. I am.
2 years ago, Matt had a hairline. Things change.
No, you're spot on. But I'm just being open and honest with you at the same time and telling you there that's where I'm at with it.
Obviously, looking at the stats, I've compared him to Diamonde because Diamonde's been the flagship, the cornerstone, the
Yeah,
comparison to every winger because obviously he was our main target. Um, the only real things he's done better than Diamonde last season was he created more chances, had
yeah,
a higher crossing accuracy, which, to be fair, in a system where you have Isak as a target man, we are going to be crossing the ball a lot, you'd imagine. So that is
yeah.
good, especially on 170 attempts, having a 20% success rate is quite good. But other than that, Cal, he falls short in pretty much every other category.
He
Again,
does, but
Diamonde is an outlier. Diamonde is a £100 million player. But
yeah, I just think there's a world where DRB comes back and he has his redemption. He
he
still has all the
wasn't
raw
bad.
tools, and he's if I'm not mistaken, he has played with Verts as well and played really well with Verts.
How old is he now? Do you know?
27, I think now.
So he's still
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 relatively young.
yeah. But even the stats, to be fair, he's worse at than Diamonde. It's not by a lot. Conversion rate is dark though. 7% conversion rate is poor.
Yeah. But again, even that's weird because at Leverkusen he's a very good, he's an accomplished finisher, he's a very good finisher. And he even got a decent amount of goals at Villa as well. It's just Villa kind of moved him about. He's playing as a second striker, which isn't his position. And yeah, Leon Bailey obviously played really well that season. So a lot of people were like, well, why play him? But I still think
Yeah.
there's a player in there.
So let me ask you. You asked me the question a minute ago. I'm gonna ask you the question before we wrap up
Yeah.
the show. Who would be your two choices of wingers?
Oh, money's no object. Michael Elise and Jared Bowen.
No, no,
Um,
no, Elise. Because obviously I'd pick Elise over Maria. Because if that gets clipped out of context, I look crazy for saying
yeah,
Maria and Bowen if money's no
yeah.
object.
I thought I'd try and trip you up there, but you did well.
Yeah.
It would be Bowen and then one of DRB or Moreira. And I'm going based off what you're telling me. I'm going with Moreira and the versatility. But
If
DRB
Maria
probably
ever in any world Maria turns out to be a scrub, I can never show my face on the internet again.
no. Yeah, you can, but it's gonna be really dark for you.
Yeah, because not many people have done as much prop for a player as I have this past week or two from
You see
Maria.
what happens. I still get told about Ugarte and all those. So it
Oh
never
no!
leaves.
Please
It
don't
never
tell me
leaves
he's
you.
going to be my Matt's wifer.
He could be your Matt's wife. Exactly.
Please,
Are you ready to live with that reality?
can you not say his name so the best probability of him succeeding happens, please?
I'm telling you, it could happen. And if it
Oh,
does, what can you do, bro? What can you do?
damn. Oh, I'm gonna be the guy with bad hand ID. Nah, he's gonna be a success.
I hope so for your sake.
Yeah. With that being said, lovely people, we are going to wrap the show up there. I'm not going to keep Cal for too long. Thank you all for watching. Please smash the like button and subscribe. On the road to 100 subscribers, we just hit 50 yesterday.
Come on.
So much love to you all. Leave a comment. Let me know who you guys would want to sign on the right wing. Big up, Cal. Thank you for joining me, bro.
Big up yourself, brother.
And I look forward to seeing you guys more World Cup watch alongs 14th and 15th for the England and the Spain game. So see you guys there. Have a lovely evening or afternoon or morning whenever you're watching this, and take care, guys. Peace.